The Sony 7200mm f2.8 G Master is one of my favorite lenses for portrait photography and travel photography. And this is the first time I've ever tried it for macro photography, and I was shocked by the results. And this whole macro photography experiment with this lens happened last summer with my parents. It's more than 15 years ago that I left my country, Spain, and now I live in Bali, so I'm very far away from Europe. So I visit like once per year at least to visit my family. I cannot go more because money, I'm not rich. So I can go just once per year, and every time I go to take photos with my parents. They do it as a hobby, not professionally like I do, but my dad is the king of macro photography. I have to be honest, real macro photography, because what I'm gonna be talking about today, you all know this is not a macro lens. So if you are a macro photographer, please don't come at me. I know this is not real macro photography. Let's say close-up. But if you are thinking about macro photography and you don't have a macro lens and you want to save money, or not really, if you buy this one because it's very expensive, with a zoom lens, you can get a lot. At least with this one, and you will see what I'm talking about in a second, because you can get insane close-ups with this lens. So my parents are Canon, and I used to be Canon for 14 years, okay? And I switched to Sony like 2 years ago, more or less. I have a whole video on my channel explaining why I personally switched from Canon to Sony. No hate for Canon, I was very happy with Canon, super happy, but I talk about the reasons why I switched in that video, because I have different needs than everybody else. We are all unique, so you can watch that video later. So my parents were quite jealous about my camera. I will tell you later the mysterious camera I have, which in combination with this lens, it's insane. So my mom has the Canon 5D Mark III. Fair enough, quite old, let's say, but my dad has the Canon R6, which is not bad to be honest. And I tried it and I was like, I'm so happy. I'm Sony right now. I'm very happy with my camera. But my dad is the king of macro photography. He is obsessed with macro photography. So we went to take photos in Spain and we were shooting butterflies. And I was just there with my tele lens experimenting, and I was getting better photos than them. My dad got very good photos because he has a proper macro lens and even a flash as well for macro. But it was very hard for him to catch focus because the lighting of the place was terrible. But with the 7200, because it's f2.8, plus with my mysterious camera, I'm gonna tell you later which one it is, I was getting insane shots. Plus the butterflies weren't getting scared because I was quite far away from them. So my parents were like, I cannot believe you are taking better photos than us when I'm not an experienced macro photographer. I'm not gonna say macro, I don't want anyone to get upset here. But I'm not like specialized in this kind of photography, even though I love it. I shoot within many niches. I love photography. I do street photography, travel photography. Portrait photography is my main niche. I was doing fashion photography in London. I love photography, and you don't have to be stuck in one niche. Experiment, because you will never know which one you're gonna like it more. And I love all sorts of photography, and I'm super happy with these photos. So let's get into why this lens actually works for macro style photography. The first thing would be the minimum focus distance. The Sony 7200 f2.8 G Master 2 can focus as close as around 40 centimeters at 70 millimeters focal length. And depending on the focal length you are using, you can get up to 0.3 magnification, which is not true macro, but it's an insane close-up. Second would be the compression. The background compression, it's incredible. It creates this beautiful bokeh in the background, and it really separates the butterfly from the background. So I really love it for that. And also, this baby has a stabilization, optical steady shot built in. I've shot all the photos handheld. So because of the stabilization of my lens and my mysterious camera, which has up to 8 steps of stabilization, it's insane. I couldn't believe I was shooting handheld with this lens and my camera, and I was getting the butterflies in focus. I was incredibly impressed with the results, also because I was pushing my camera hard, up to 2000 ISO, which is not the best, and even like that, the photos look very good. These are some more photos of the day, and to be honest, I was amazed with the detail because I was zooming in and I could clearly see the eyes of the butterfly. Even when I was shooting at a very high ISO, I could tell the quality, it was a bit bad for my camera just because of the high ISO. And even like that, the photo looks incredible. And by the way, all these photos were edited with my Lightroom presets. So if you struggle with editing and you like this style, you can grab them below. I have a few of them, but I always use my favorite ones for nature photography, which is Moody Greens. And then I have a very similar one, but a bit more warm and more filmy, which is called Bali Film. And there are two presets there, one colder and one warmer, which is the one I used for these butterflies. And then you have a premium pack where you can get all the presets I use for all my editorial work, nature photography, portrait photography. I'm gonna link them below, you can check them out later. And I'm gonna talk now about the mysterious camera. I mean, if you follow me, you know which camera I'm using because, I mean, I love my camera for photography. It's incredible. I'm super happy with it. But in combination with this lens, seriously, it's insane. As I told you, my camera has up to 8 steps of stabilization, which is incredible. I've been shooting in mega cities here in Asia, handheld, and the photo was sharp. This is crazy. I mean, I always carry a tripod with me, but in that moment, I didn't have the tripod and it's insane. I was doing low light photography at night, handheld. So that's why the camera you use is also very important. Also, not just because of the stabilization, I have the camera here, the mysterious camera here. Also because of the megapixels. This is the Sony a7R5. 61 megapixels. So why is this incredible if you want close-ups? Because you can crop like crazy and get insane close-ups. And I was a bit pissed off because the ISO was very high. So even if I zoom in these photos, I can crop a lot, but I'm not fully content with the quality because it was ISO 1600 or 2000, which is crazy. For the Sony a7R5, to be honest, which is known for the noise, because 61 megapixels is a lot. So then the noise is very, I don't know how to explain. English is not my first language, so it's very hard. But you know what I mean? You get like more grain, like a smaller grain. But I was amazed, it's not that bad for ISO 1600 or 2000. But if I would have get these butterflies with amazing lighting or with a flash, because I didn't use any flash, I promise you, you can get a proper macro by cropping. And I know real macro photography is not cropping, it's from the lens again. But we are talking about the visuals only here, not technicality. So many people say that 61 megapixels is overkill. Yes, it depends. For me, I've been doing photography for 15 years. I didn't start with the Sony a7R5. I started with a Canon 30D with 8 megapixels. 8 megapixels, and I was doing amazing surf photography because I started with surf photography in Spain when I was still living there, and then I kept growing. Then I had the Canon 7D, then the Canon 5D Mark IV, and then the Sony a7R5 and the Sony a7C II I'm recording with right now. And now because I'm a YouTuber, I have more cameras like the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, etc, etc. But for photography, you don't need this beast of a camera to start with if you are a beginner, okay? Don't think you need this. I'm telling you that you can achieve very nice close-ups with a tele-lens. So you don't have the budget to get a macro lens. If you have a tele-lens, try it, because you would be surprised. And if you have a very good quality camera, crop if you want to get those shots till you can afford to buy a macro lens. I don't have any macro lens. I don't shoot enough macro for me to buy one. But who knows, maybe in the future. So this is just to show you that you can be versatile with the gear you have. And you can experiment with the gear you have, because this experiment was by chance. I was actually shooting wildlife photography with this lens with my parents. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna be able to shoot butterflies because my parents have a macro lens, the 100mm macro. My mom has one, my dad has another one. And I was with my tele lens, just like, okay, let's see what happens. And then this happened. So 15 years of experience doing photography, and I'm still discovering new things. So you have to enjoy the process, guys. I don't know where you are at the moment, comment below, but enjoy the process, enjoy the journey, experiment with the gear you already have. And if you want to see another video of the 7200, I think you're going to love it because many people loved it. So I'm very proud of that video. I challenged myself one day in Bali to shoot just with this lens. I'm going to do more challenges on my channel, shooting with just one lens for the whole day. So in that video, I shoot just with this one, and I have amazing photos from monkeys in Bali if you want to check it out. And I think you're going to love it, and you're going to see how this beast of a lens performs. Obviously, all the gear is going to be linked below if you want to check specs and all of that. I'm all about trying and showing you how it performs, not just technicalities. Anyway, I leave it here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like it because it helps me a lot. Subscribe to my channel because I share weekly videos, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah! Big love from Bali.